Doing this video, I'm really happy because I requested my second payout from Titan Capital Markets, right? The first payout was a little bit under 1%. Received my payout. This is the second, which is slightly above 1%. But yeah, with this, I'm really happy compared to how long, because I've been trading for almost 4 years now. And I just started seeing a little bit of consistency trading the financial market just few months back, right? Back when I started in 2022, it was really tough. I come to realize that trading isn't what like people display online that it actually is. Getting into this field, getting my fixed experience, felt like I need to get a mentor and start studying this shit. So, with that being said, started focusing on trading, putting my head on trading while I'm still schooling. Yeah, 2024, that was I think 9 March 2024 when I got my first payout from Pro Firm. That feeling. So yeah, 9 March I got a payout from Pro Firm back in 2024, but that was the only payout I got that year. Ever since then, I've been like losing back to back to back to back. Before January, which I made a well over $4,000 with Upstep, but I ended up losing everything on the final day. Because you need 5 profitable trading days, which I didn't make 4. On the final day, I did make it, but I wasn't just patient enough to wait for the next day to process the withdrawal. I ended up losing everything. Yeah, fast forward to that, as it kept disturbing me mentally, it made me to just be like stuck in a loop. It made me to like stuck in a loop where I was just having those thoughts, those feelings. So with that, I kept trying before I kept adjusting my system as well, because trying ICT, SMC wasn't really going. So you know what? I just started adjusting my system, taking things from this other strategy, just adding it to what could like work for me. Then I think back in September, I got a payout from funding pips. So I ended from a $10,000 account, which I ended up blowing the account after I made because I was like up 3%, processed the withdrawal. I made, or after on the day of the withdrawal, it was processed like 3 hours. My account was given back that same day. I made over 2.5%, but I was like, let me just keep. With that, I ended up losing the profit and losing the account. Ever since then, things were back and forth, back and forth. But now my live account, I always ended up making maybe 1 or 2. But yeah, fast forward to December, I bought multiple accounts, just to like, since there's a lot of discount going on. I think I failed about 4. I still have over 15 challenges. Some are in phase 2, some are still in phase 1, because I don't trade all simultaneously. It really messes me up. So I only trade few of them. And with that being said, let's get right into the breakdown. You can see right here, this is it right here. You can see your payout request has been received. This was for the second payout I requested. The first one was last month. Second was last month. So I'm going to show you guys a trade, because I was down I think 3% on this account because I revenge trade, right? I was down because I actually revenge traded. I took a loss. I was like, nah, market is still gonna go. Risked another 1%, so I ended up losing about 2% that day, which would have just been a 2% drawdown. With this trade, that got me out of the drawdown. I think it was a 4-hour trade. But I wasn't risking the complete 1%. It was a 4 hour, 4 point something hour. Took me out of the drawdown, and I was up about extra $200 on the account. Yeah, extra $200 on the account. But if I never revenge traded, I'll be up over 2% profit. You see, that's why revenge trading, they were all humans in the end. So we end up doing these things once in a while, but in the long term, we just need to avoid them. So I'm going to break down the trade I took, which actually got me out of the drawdown. out of the drawdown and made me this profit. And this is my dashboard right now, and you can see on the dashboard, this is the accounts that I traded for 5 days since when I got the previous payout, right? I traded for 5 days on this account. I traded for 5 days on the account. Was in a drawdown of about 3%. One setup, which I'm going to break down in the next chapter. One setup got me this. You know, I was risking 1% for about a 3.5 risk to reward, but price was too volatile. I never triggered me at the exact entry, reducing my initial risk from about 1% to about 0.8%, right? But increasing my risk to reward to over 4.5 risk to reward, securing me over 3.67 gains on this account, which brought me out of the drawdown and also left me some rookie numbers for withdrawal. And with that being said, this right here, the reason I was in the drawdown, I should have been in a drawdown of less than should be about 1.5%, and because I over traded and I revenge traded in particular, that's what made this account to go down even more, because this should have been over a 2% withdrawal, and because of that revenge trade what I did. But it is what it is, just humans. And yeah, we can see I have a 38 percent win rate. I haven't been trading since then, but yeah, profit factor 1.25 when we show everything. You can see right here, you can see this was a break even. This trade, because like I was hitting break even like back to back to back to back. This trade went well over 2.5 risk to reward, break even. This as well to break even. This as well break even. Like this as well still break even trade. Before I took this loss, and then this was a partial loss. I traded my SL, my chain stop loss got hit. Then I revenge traded. This is where you see I got the loss, losing over 1% before this trade right here, bringing me back up. But if I never revenge traded, I'll be this is an extra 300 plus this 200 requested, so that will be up over 2%. So that's just it. So right here, payout. I say this is the payout, the first one sent last month. This is the second. So hopefully the next is gonna be a huge payout. I just hope so. And let's get right into the breakdown of the trade which got me this. Okay, so coming into the New York session, right? Coming into the New York session, spotted this strong. Consider price came rejected, because one thing, price will not always like take out the previous day highs, or some of the times price will always go to the level of the previous day high or maybe the previous day low. It won't take it out, then reject off of it hard sometimes. Same for inefficiencies. Price won't always fill in every inefficiency in the market. With that being said, I took this as like a strong rejection, and coming in, I always like to take my trades after the 9:30 open Eastern time. So you can see we had this massive dump on the 9:30, right? We had this massive dump right here on the 9:30, and we can look here on the 30-minute. You can see that price reacted off this area. You can see on the 1 hour as well. You can see price reacted off this area and dump. Price dumped hard during the 9:30 open. You can see also tapped in the 50% of this 1 hour inefficiency. So coming down to the 15-minute, I always wait for about 45 minutes to get my confirmation. So coming down to the 15-minute, right? Fast forward, you can see price now close, leaving me with this 15-minute inefficiency. So my entry will be off this inefficiency. My entry will be off the 50% of this inefficiency, while I go to the 5-minute to get like a more refined entry and a good stop loss. So with this trade right here, my stop loss will be off this area right here. My stop loss will be off this area right here. You can see as when the 5-minute price came down, went up, came down. So we're not expecting price to come out, take out this area and go down. On the 5, that's on the 5-minute. My entry will be off the 50% of the 5-minute, which will be right here. Stops at this area, and I think price went down a bit. Okay, so I took my take profit. My take profit was right here, but because price was like too volatile, right? My limit, since I'm a limit order trader, my limit was set right here. But because price was too volatile, price came and triggered me about, I think price triggered me about here. This is where price actually triggered me, not at this area, reducing my risk, increasing the risk to reward, right? So took this trade setup, and if we fast forward price, you can see as soon as price came down, this candle closure below, I went break even on most of my accounts. Let's say all of my accounts, I went break even. So as I went break even with that, I closed my other account right here, the live account. I closed the live account right here for 4.5. The rest of the account, price was still too volatile. Price never hit my take profit here. Price ended up stopping me about 1:5 on the evaluation fees, and this was a trade total that secured me over almost 4%, because I wasn't risking the full 1% on this trade. So I was risking something, I think about $200 on the account. That should be about 0.8%, which ended up securing me over 3.67%. So this is it, and this was the payout I just recently requested.